Over the past year or so, I can definitely say that my sleep quality, the time it takes for me to go to bed, and my sleep schedule has improved a lot. When I was first starting out, my sleep schedule was kind of messed up. Every night, I would get ready for bed, but in reality, I would just crawl into bed, take out my phone, and then just scroll on social media for the next 2.5 hours. I would waste that much time and then go to bed or pass out around 11:30. And then I would wake up at 7:30, only giving myself 30 minutes before I went to school. But as I started to progress more and more and more in my journey, I got up at 5:30 now. But still, I was having a little bit of struggle falling asleep. Some days it would take me 30 minutes or maybe even an hour for me to fall asleep. Some days I had terrible sleep and it would affect how productive I was in that day. And now, I can confidently say that I get a lot of good quality sleep. Every single night, I'm tired and I'm ready to go to bed. And I fall asleep almost in I don't count, but maybe 5-10 minutes. I know that I've definitely improved, and I wanted to share with you what I thought improved my sleep quality and all of that. Probably the biggest difference when it comes to those two situations and what I'm doing right now is the amount of fulfillment and hard work that I do in my day. Before, when I was first getting up at 5:30, I was just learning. I wasn't taking action or I wasn't doing anything towards my goals. I was just learning and coping, saying that this was how I was going to achieve my goals. I just needed to learn, and I was actually making progress towards my goals. But now, I actually do the hard work. I record videos, I script them, I edit them, I learn every single day, I read a lot. I do all these hard, grueling tasks that I struggle with a lot. But that's what I feel like gives me that tiredness at the end of the day. It almost gives me a sign that I've worked hard, that I've done my fulfilling work for the day, and that I've taken a step forward towards my goal. And so that's what I think is the biggest difference between the two. Going from basically doing shallow work or basically doing nothing to a point where I'm hard work, hours and hours of hard work and exercising and going outside and doing stuff like this, hard work that's that I struggle with a lot. All those things that I now have in my life, I think is the big reason why I'm so tired at the end of the day and I'm ready to go to bed. So, follow this simple framework. Make your days as fulfilling as possible. And I know it's easier said than done, but try and make it so that you're working towards your goal as much as possible. Put as much energy, time, and focus into it, and try and do the harder tasks that actually get the ball moving. So for me, these hard tasks are editing, scripting, and recording. Those are the hard tasks that I struggle with, but I feel like those are the reason why I'm so tired at the end of the day, because I expel so much energy towards them, so much time and focus, and no wonder I need to recharge for the next day, because I've basically used almost all of it. So that's what you want to try and do. Try and find that one goal that you want to go all in on, and try and focus as much time, and try and put as much time, energy, and focus into it. And that's what I feel like gives you the most difference when it comes to your sleep quality. There are also some other things that I thought gave me an extra boost when it comes to my sleep quality. Those two things were limiting the amount of stimulation I had before I go to bed, basically shutting down, kind of winding down before I go to bed, and reading. Reading, in my bed, I'm reading 15 minutes before the lights are out. These things helped me get better sleep quality, but I feel like the fulfillment and going towards my goals part was the big factor. These are just like the small little things, because I feel like if you do these things and neglect the fulfillment part, I don't think you would see any benefit. But what I mean by winding down is not going on video games or scrolling on social media. I see so many people do this and call it, oh yeah, I'm just winding down. And this is probably why most people have a hard time sleeping. They have too much excess blue light, and also they have so much stimulation going on that it's so hard for their mind to just quiet down and get ready for bed. I did this as well in the past. My winding down was 2.5 hours of social media, and that's probably why my sleep quality was so terrible. And so winding down to me is things like limiting the amount of stimulation. So no scrolling, no video games, no nothing. Just get ready for bed. Sometimes if I have to use my phone or anything, I'll use these glasses. They're like blue light glasses I got off of Amazon. I think they help, but sometimes I forget to wear them and they don't really affect my sleep or anything. Maybe it's just preference or something. But whenever I am looking at my phone, it's never anything stimulating. It's always either turning off my lights using the Wiz app or something else. And I also dim my lights. I dim my lights kind of to look like this, to kind of give my brain a sign that, hey, this is the time to wind down. I do this in the bathroom as well. Instead of turning on the big lights, all the big lights are off and the little lights are on, and it makes it more of like a dimmer area, and it kind of gets me more in the mood for sleep. And that's what my winding down looks like. And then I crawl into bed and I grab a book to read. And I read for about 15-30 minutes, and I feel like, I don't know if it's just me, but whenever I read at night, I always get like really tired. Maybe it's just because it's super understimulating. I like to use it before I go to bed because I'm also learning, but it's like that one extra cherry on top to help me really get tired before I go to bed. I don't know if it's just me, but I still get to learn and everything, and I think it's a great thing to add just before you go to bed. So try it out yourself and hope maybe it will give you that tiredness that I always experience. So follow this simple framework. Instead of scrolling on social media or going on video games to wind down, instead, dim your lights. Turn off your phone, plug it in, set your alarm if you don't have an actual alarm, and start actually getting ready for bed. Do that night routine. Do maybe skincare, or take a shower, or get changed into your pajamas. I don't know. Just do what your night routine asks you to do, and do it in a very understimulating way. Try and limit the amount of screen time that you get, and try and dim your lights like this, kind of like in this kind of area. And then, when you crawl into bed, grab whatever book you want to read and just read for however long you want. And hopefully, not only do you learn, but you also get pretty tired. Then you close your book, turn off your lights, and hopefully you get as good a sleep as I do. So try this out. Hopefully it works for you, and I hope it works for you. Maybe it doesn't, but this is just the way that I go about it, and I've seen a lot of results with it. Maybe it's this past month I've had really good sleep, and sleep is obviously really important, and that's why I prioritize it so much. I try my best to never get 7 hours. I always go for that 8-hour mark. And there's a lot of benefits behind it, all the science. If you watched Andrew Huberman, you know that sleep is important for memory, learning, recharging, all those different things. And that's why I prioritize sleep. So I hope you learned a lot from this video, and I hope that you can try this out for yourself, and hopefully it works for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you so much for watching. Real quick, if you like my videos or you like the advice that I give to you, and you want to join a community of other people that are on the same journey as you can click that top link in the description below, which will be my free brand new community where you can learn from other people, especially me, and you can have a better journey on self-improvement. I won't tell you much right now, but if you click that top link in the description below, I'll tell you everything that you need to know. So I'll see you in there.